I started playing video games on the Acorn Electron back in the late 80s. But one day, we got a Mega Drive with Sonic 1, and that's when I realised video games could be truly amazing. Sonic kick-started my lifelong obsession with video games. I spent a lot of my childhood reading Sonic the Comic. Yes, that's what it was called, and yes, it was awesome. Through the years, I've seen Sonic reach dizzying heights and plumb the lowest depths of gaming. So here I am to finally weigh in on what I consider to be the very best and the very worst Sonic games. It's important to note that I'm only going to include games I've actually played, so there won't be any Sonic R, Free Riders, or most of the other spin-offs on this list. It's equally important to note that this is one of a twin set of videos. You can use the cards at the end of the video to immediately jump over to the sister video once this one's done blowing your feeble mind. Oh, and I guarantee you'll disagree with my lists. I expect you to list your best and worst in the comments and tell me how wrong my opinion is. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. So without further ado, this is my top 5 best Sonic games of all time. Let's do this. Number 5. Sonic Unleashed. Stop throwing those damn tomatoes at me and hear me out. Yes, the idea of a werehog is dumb, but that's about it in terms of this game being bad. I'll address each segment of the game separately since they are so different. I'll start with the nighttime stages. I thought I was going to hate these at first, and I was right, but I slowly learned to appreciate it. Not as a Sonic game, but as a 3D platformer / beat 'em up. I found earning XP and unlocking new abilities and combos to be surprisingly rewarding, and there was enough variety in Sonic's attacks to keep the combat fun for me, and I didn't see that coming. The levels were well designed, Sonic was responsive, the camera wasn't an absolute tit, the gameplay was engaging. I think people just hated it because it was so different. If it wasn't a Sonic game, I reckon it would have been received much better by the public. But now we move on to the real meat of the game. The reason this game clawed its way into my top 5. The daytime stages. This blew my fucking mind. This is how Sonic plays in my mind. Super fast, a bit of platforming, but mostly it's just getting from point A to point B in a blur. These stages are almost races. Races against the clock, against the wind. The sheer number of times I restarted each stage because I made one tiny mistake in a run that cost me the S rank is off the charts. This game came out only 2 years after the famously bad Sonic 06. They obviously went back to the drawing board and reimagined what it means to play as Sonic. Like I said, the werehog was dumb, and more daytime stages would have been nice. But this game showed me that Sega still had what it takes to make Sonic fun again. This is how a Sonic game should be, at least the daytime stages are. And I got all the achievements on it because I'm hardcore. Number 4. Sonic Adventure. When you talk about Sonic Adventure to people who weren't around when it first came out, you'll probably hear them complain about how bad the animations are, and how awkward the cutscenes are, and how annoying Tails' voice is. But looking at it from the perspective of a Sonic fan who spent 4 Sonic-less years with his PS1, who now had a new Sega console with a new Sonic game, fully in 3D, for reals this time, and he was voiced, and there were cutscenes, and you could be all your favourite characters, and there was an actual fleshed out story, and with all the emblems to collect, there was definitely a longevity there. Man, it was a good time to be alive. Sure, the camera sucked balls, but in those relatively early days of 3D platformers, developers hadn't yet figured out cameras. But they had figured out chows, and the battling your friend's chows using the VMU memory card thingy. That was awesome. Also, the theme song, Open Your Heart, was just too cool. It still is. Go listen to it. Go type in Sonic Adventure main theme and just fucking listen to that and love it. The fight at the end when you're Super Sonic against Chaos remains one of my favourite moments in gaming. Fuck. This game is good. Number 3. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Some people might say I'm cheating here by having 2 games in one slot, but those in the know understand that it's one game, as Sonic and Knuckles was going to be Sonic 3 Part 2 until Sega discovered how popular Knuckles was after Sonic 3 Part 1 released. A lot of people say Sonic 2 is the best classic Sonic game. While I agree it's one of the greatest games of all time, I feel Sonic 3 and Knuckles beats it in every single category. Sonic 2 had 11 zones, Sonic 3 and Knuckles had 13. Sonic 2 introduced Tails, Sonic 3 and Knuckles introduced Knuckles. Now tell me who out of those 2 is more popular. Not only could you become Super Sonic, but if you got all 7 emeralds and then all 7 Super Emeralds, you could become motherfucking Hyper Sonic. Not to mention Super Tails, Super Knuckles, and Hyper Knuckles. Fuck, when you're Knuckles, you fight a Metal Sonic who uses the Master Emerald to become Super Metal Sonic. And as if that's not badass enough for you, the final fight takes place with you as Hyper Sonic flying through space, collecting rings while avoiding asteroids and missiles, all in an attempt to catch up to Robotnik, who's trying to escape with the Master Emerald. The only way that could have been more epic is if there was another Super Hedgehog battling in space alongside with you. Great level design, great music, great control, the ability to save your game, the ability to play as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles make this, in my opinion, the greatest 2D Sonic game. Number 2. Sonic Adventure 2. This is how sequels should be done. We know Rockstar Games knows how to fucking make sequels, more of the same but bigger and better. They do that with every GTA, more of the same but bigger and better. Sonic Adventure 2, man. You take everything that made the previous game awesome and crank it up to 11. People tend to hate the Knuckles and Rouge levels, but I think they're a nice change of pace, and they only become an issue if you're trying to get the A ranks on all the stages, then they become tedious. People seem split on the Tails and Robotnik stages. I like them, you know, nothing wrong with a bit of shooting and such. But everyone seems to love the Sonic and Shadow stages, and why fucking not? They were awesome. Before Sonic Unleashed, I thought this was the pinnacle of what it meant to play a game as Sonic the Hedgehog. City Escape, Metal Harbor, Green Forest, these are the stages I kept coming back to again and again, not just to get my A ranks, because they were awesome. And the music, mwah! I think Sonic Adventure 2 has the best soundtrack of all the 3D Sonic games bar one. And my number 1 best Sonic game of all time is Sonic Generations. You remember how much I was loving the daytime stages in Sonic Unleashed? How I said they were how a Sonic game should be? Well, once again Sega blessed us with the same gameplay as those, only now it's on reimagined levels from classic Sonic games. Unfortunately, they also repeated the idea of only having this awesomeness filling half the game. The other half of the game was classic Sonic, whereas in Unleashed it was nighttime Sonic. They reimagined some of the more iconic zones from games past in 2D for classic Sonic and in 3D for modern Sonic. The classic Sonic gameplay was passable, I suppose. It didn't feel anything like the classic Sonic games, but it was relatively harmless. But the modern Sonic levels are what I couldn't stop playing. They had the exact same gameplay of the amazing daytime stages in Sonic Unleashed, except now they were on classic levels. It was too good. Add to this a skills mechanic, plenty of stuff to find in the levels increasing replay value, and all the classic tunes both in their original forms as well as remade in a modern style, and you've got what is for me the best Sonic game ever made. And I still got all the trophies on it, because I'm hardcore. But that was 6 years ago. The closest we've come to seeing a Sonic Generations 2 is the upcoming Project Sonic 2017, and all we know about that is that it features modern and classic Sonic. I have extremely high hopes for this game. So there we go. How much do you agree with me, and how much do you think I should kill myself for only featuring one 2D Sonic game on this list? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to see which Sonic games I think are the absolute worst, the bottom of the barrel, and there's been many, click the card on the screen right now to watch the sister video. You might as well leave a like and subscribe before you go though. I mean, you know, you might as well. If you made it this far, you must have enjoyed the... Go on, give it a like. Yeah, cheers man, thanks. Might as well subscribe as well. Sweet, now go watch that other video. Nice.